be blessed by the divine. Well, does it surprise you that sometimes a little bit of forgetfulness is extremely good for the brain? Researchers have begun to explain this phenomena. Brain has got two modes. One is called as the fast mode, other one is called as the slow mode, according to this wonderful Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, who in fact wrote a book called as The Slow Mind and the Fast Mind. Now, the slow mind kicks in when we have to experience something new, or when we become conscious of doing something, when we want to become aware, when we are creating a new belief system, when the experience itself is very important for us, and the brain kind of slows down. It begins to nurture, it begins to enjoy, it begins to observe, begins to be conscious, and begins to question, begins to discriminate various parts and analyze and basically dissect the whole experience and while undergoing that experience. Now, the fast mind is something that works on reflexes, something that works on cognition, something that works on belief system, something that works with what we already know in our mind. Now, the problem with that is it's easy for, let's say, for instance, marketing people, marketeers, to actually stimulate a particular feeling in us. For instance, what is the color of hunger? Well, I think that you are a little stumped by this question. If you know, really, you can actually answer this question without knowing the answer for this by just asking yourself, what is the most predominant color? What is the most favorite color of some of the biggest food joints like McDonald's or KFC or any others? Food restaurants, joints and fast food restaurants across the world. Yes, you're right. Red. Red is the color of hunger, is essentially what the Color Research Institute tells us. And we don't really observe it, or if you actually think about it, we might even disagree with it. We will say, no, I don't think that's the color of my hunger. My hunger color is green. My hunger color is yellow. That may be your favorite color. That may be the color of your favorite food. But essentially, when you see red, the brain starts to associate certain feelings with it, and it starts to produce chemicals that kind of makes the brain think that it is hungry while you are still not really hungry. Now, when that happens, there is a problem with your memory. There is a problem with your cognition. The cognition part of your brain needs to shut down, and so that it kind of starts to observe and understand and analyze, and it kind of slows down, needs to slow down. And that's important. And if that happens more frequently than not, then chances are that you are going to be more selective. You're going to become more conscious. You're not going to be impulsive. You're not going to be reflexive in your reflective in your thing. You're going to become more reflective, not more reflexive. Sorry. So you're going to be not nervous, but you're going to be thinking. You're going to be analyzing. You're going to be experiencing and researching, and then you're going to be coming to your own conclusion and recreate parts of the brain that seems to be pushing you towards certain impulsive conclusions, and thereby getting you into some kind of a difficult situation, which makes it very difficult for you to experience life in its fullest way. Now, this is possible by meditation. That's the good news. So the brain oftentimes becomes forgetful about what it experiences simply because it starts to recreate certain experiences. For instance, if let's say that we have gone through some trauma. I lost my mother about a few years ago, and the process of losing her left me with something that no one can ever fill. Nobody can fill that space that my mother occupied in my brain. And I miss her. I miss her very, very deeply. But she went through a traumatic 3-month period before she died. She broke her femur bone, and the bone could not be fixed because she had lost all her comprehension ability. But my brain I have trained my brain to accept it and endure it and say, okay, I shouldn't be remembering every emotion that I went through, and I can't just go through my sorrow and relive those moments. My mother went through that pain, and she died once. Why am I killing myself every time I think about that sorrow? I need to pray for her. I need to pray for her soul. I need to bless her. I need to seek her blessings. I need to pray to the Almighty Force that her soul be united and become peaceful and become completely restful in that Almighty state. So that's my duty. And once I've reprogrammed my brain with that, I've forgotten all about the kind of deep pain that she went through, that I went through, watching her go through such deep agony before her death. Now that's the power of the brain, and that possible. All that reprogramming is possible through the Kundalini meditation, and I'm sure it's possible through other techniques and other meditation and other psychological techniques. But I do know that it has helped me immensely to forget parts of the brain, parts of the experiences, parts of this memory in my brain that I really do not wish to remember for the rest of my life, because that renews me, that gives me fresh energy, vigor, that gives me boost, that gives me the confidence, that gives me the positivity to look forward to life with complete renewed energy and say, hey, we can live and we can succeed in this world, and you too can do the same thing. And I request you to see if you can learn any form of meditation. And I believe that the one that I have trained myself in the last 33 years is one of the most simplest and the safest form of meditation, which is the Simplified Kundalini meditation. If you are interested, please do visit simplifiedkundaliniyoga.com and find a nearby center and awaken your Kundalini. And if you have any questions whatsoever regarding how meditation can help, or any Kundalini related questions, or any other life problems that you have for which I could probably answer with a video, maybe do not hesitate to comment on this video. I'll be happy to reply to every comment of yours, and happy to do whatever I can to answer your questions. Be blessed by the divine.